Yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today, man, I'll be talking about the Clippers and the Nuggets game. Now, my prediction for this series was Nuggets in 6. The outcome, Nuggets in 7. It took an extra game, but they got it down. Now, the Clippers tonight, they just got straight up annihilated. At the end, it was only like a 19-point game, but they were down by 30 plus points in the third quarter. And then Kobe Brown, garbage time minutes, I'm doing this thing. Cam Christie, it's just like the game is over and they get their buckets. It is what it is at the end of the day. But the Clippers' magical season is officially over. Yes, this is a magical season, just like the Pistons season. Just because you want to know why? Kawhi Leonard missed a good chunk of the season. First half, Norman Powell was in his bag. Zubac took an insane leap. MIP finished like top 3, finished top 6 in DPOY, was close to being an all-star. Like, Zoo had a really good year. James Harden, efficiency-wise, not really, but he did have, a 50-point game. He did have a good amount of 30-plus point games and 40-plus point games. So efficiency, at least in me, not an insanely efficient season from James Harden, but was James Harden objectively good in the regular season? Absolutely. He had his moments this series against the Nuggets, but unfortunately tonight, for Clippers fans, he once again did not show up and show out. Did the polar opposite. He didn't really get a good game from Kawhi. Was mid tonight. Norman Powell wasn't good. Zoo wasn't his. He had 9 rebounds early on, like the first quarter. Other than that, though, he ended up with 10 points. Like, you need more from Zoo, And then matchup against Joker, he's supposed to really go out and attack him. That Harden Zoo pick and roll. You need to see more of that. Harden had like 13 assists today. Congratulations, brother. You shot 2 of 8 from the field last time I checked. So it is what it is. Now let's start off with the Nuggets. Let's talk about in order of how I have certain things written down. If you guys see me looking at my other monitor, it's because I have a couple of things that I want to go ahead and hit. And yeah, so first game, just clutch Russell Westbrook. The Russell Westbrook experience, if I'm not mistaken, he hit a clutch 3. They went into OT, and he's getting the turnover to close the game. I don't know if that was the end of the fourth or OT, but that was an insane. No, that was OT, because the Clippers literally gave the Nuggets that game. They literally were like, please take this win, please. I'm begging you, take this win. And for them, they end up taking it. Overall, coming into this game, I would say you need more from Christian Brown, but then he had a legacy game, so I'm going to hold back Christian Brown. I'm going to need more from your next series against the Beast of the West, OKC, which is going to be tough because they have such a great team, such great defenders. But I'm going to need more from Christian Brown. I've been hyping him up. He's been a lot better than KCP. He should have been up there for MIP. But he showed up today in Game 7. Shout out to CB. And a lot of people get on CB because he just has this fake tough guy persona. He's good in my book. He's athletic. He can defend. He can hit threes. He's good in my book. You feel what I'm saying? By the way, in Game 2, when the Clippers won that game, why didn't Rick Adelman call timeout? He just let Jokic go, and then he just airball. Call a timeout. I know it helps the Clippers set their defense, but it also helps you generate an offensive play and see what you got cooking up, brother. So call a timeout. That Aaron Gordon game-winning dunk in Game 4 was just chef's kiss. That was cinema. Jokic, I'm like, yo, the only guy that should be touching this basketball is Nikola Jokic. He gets the shot, fading away. I want to say right wing, air balls. Here comes Aaron Gordon. Here comes the boom. Takes it down, shoves it in, pause. Barely gets it off. Controversial dunk. Nuggets win Game 4. That Game 5 from Jamal Murray was just legacy defining. That was a legacy game from Jamal Murray. Anything he wanted, he got. He was in his bag. I'm gonna say this. Payne wasn't a nice block today, but you want to know what? I feel like they still have something else to unlock in P-Watt, He's getting his blocks, cool. He hit a couple threes the last 2 games. Hey, P-Watt, I'm going to need you averaging like 10 and 2. And when I say 2, I say 2 blocks. P-Watt, you need to be averaging, okay, I'm not going to say 10 on the dot. You need to be averaging between 8 to 10 points and a block and a half a game. Pete Watt, yeah. Rick Adelman, brother, he did it at the end, but beginning of the series, shout out to Penn State legend, but we good off those Jalen Pickett minutes for now, brother. Not gonna hold you. DaRon Holmes better be him. He better help Joker next year to be his backup, because DeAndre Jordan in 2025, his lateral movements and quickness. I mean, somebody ran past me today. It was just like DJ in 2025. Who was it that threw a lob in? Was it like Jamal Murray or Russ? I'm like, come on, man. Like, Unc could probably still get out for a lob, but come on, brother. What are we doing? DJ in 2025 getting real minutes, you know. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who's gonna be the coach next season. It's gonna be Rick Adelman and whoever. Fully unleash Julian Strawther next season. He was in rotation with Mike Malone. And then Adelman came over and then he just says, I'm good off him. So I'm gonna need more from Julian Strawther. You feel what I'm saying? Another underrated guy, Big East. Big East boy, as a Providence Friars fan, I'm gonna shout out to Big East. Watch out and keep an eye next year for Trey Alexander, 6'4". Watch out for him. He's an underrated bucket. He's an underrated bucket out of Creighton. I'm just saying. Now I'm just saying though. Christian Braun game 6 was amazing. MPJ hit some big shots. Huge. Wait, what's that game 6? Wait, hold on. I might have just wrote that incorrectly. I want to say, no, Christian Braun game 7 was in his bag. Christian Braun game 6 was cool, but Christian Braun game 7 was in his Duffy. MPJ hit multiple threes with his like bionic other shoulder. Because he got cut, but he made the lead 23. When he hit that shot, I'm like, yeah, game's over. I'm gonna play back and like, I don't know if the game's over. I'm like, hey, game's over. Game's over. Come on now. Nuggets, they just look like the better team. You know, I had them winning this game. I had them winning last game. You know, I'm just higher on this team. You feel what I'm saying? The Clippers have the defense, but James Harden playoffs, just track record isn't ideal. And then Norman Powell didn't play well. Only played well at home this series, and Zoo had a down game in the worst possible time for Zoo to have a bad game. I started reading on the basketball, obviously. But the Clippers defense just was not it. You know, Derrick Jones Jr., they started him over Dunn, then they went to Batum. It's just like, nah, it just wasn't it. Now, Russell Westbrook in that first half was special. Just a perfect jolt of energy at the end, too. Russ fans, y'all eating good. No, y'all eating great tonight. Now y'all go up against your former team that you won MVP with, the OKC Thunder. So, yeah, that's a tough series. Now, on to the Clippers. Like I said, they literally tried to give game 1 to the Nuggets, and the Nuggets end up just taking that. That game went to OT, just like, yeah. It's tough because Harden was so special in game 1. Harden had like 3 or so good games this series. You know, game 6, game 1, and one in between. It's just game 7, he just was not it at all. Game 2, Kawhi, man, made some just insane agendas on Twitter, calling this one of the greatest playoff performances of all time. We got to put Kawhi over KD. We got to put Kawhi in the top 15, top 10 talks. I'm like, slow your roll. Calm down. Calm down. I love Kawhi, but calm down. Most of the series, I was very, very impressed by Zoo, except for obviously tonight in Game 7, offensively at least. Game 4, Norm at home was in his bag. Sold a Chris Dunn, RI legend Chris Dunn legacy game in Game 5. He had 15 points on 6 of 7 from the field and 3 of 4 from 3. With 2 steals and a block as well. Now, Dunn, he didn't really shoot the 3 ball well at all as a big Chris Dunn fan. Unfortunately, this was not his series. And then defensively, he was pretty well on guards. And then when he got switches with Aaron Gordon or Jokic on him, it was pretty much GG's, which is what you would probably expect from just the size and weight advantage by his opposition. So, it is what it is. Bogdanovic was so inconsistent. I mean, today, counting stat-wise, he didn't look too bad. I mean, again, this is when they were down by like 30, and he was trying to make a little fake comeback for them. He did have a good game 5, though. Harden in game 5, though, and game 7, what the fuck was that smell, brother? Especially that game 5. 3 field goals, 4 turnovers, and 4 fouls. PU. And you only had 4 combined threes in game 4 and 5, and you had like 10 plus combined in the first 2. Like, I don't know what was going on with that. He was on a foul bait and do this, that, and the third. Batum was up and down, but he was massive early on for them, you know, in, I want to say, like, game 6 especially. Derrick Jones Jr. had his moments today, you know, at a point he had like 10 points on 9 shots. I'm like, come on, DJJ, hit your free throws, hit a 3. I'm like, okay, get to the rim, start throwing DJJ some more lobs, throw airplane mode some more lobs, you know, DJJ might as well, like Chris Dunn. Y'all need to lock y'all self, because y'all are special defensively. Lock y'all self in the gym. We're not even asking you to shoot above the break. Just shoot corner threes. Just shoot corner threes, because y'all are special defensively. You got that head up, DJ, because you can get up and fly because you're an athletic freak. Work on your jumper, you know, free throws, you know, threes, maybe work on a little mid-range, maybe work on a little floater. Chris Dunn got a little side-off floater, if I'm not mistaken, from watching him this season. But yeah, it's just like, damn. Ben Simmons didn't get any clock. Ben Simmons, what the hell is going to go on with you? I mean, that point you looked all right, that point you looked terrible. He had an air ball floater, but I feel like he tried defensively, which he should. He pushed the pace on like a rebound a couple of times when he did get limited action. Harden, just magnet ball. Kawhi was in his aimbot mode in game 6. Wasn't enough, unfortunately, for them to win the series because game 7, yikes. DJJ hit 4 threes in game 6. When he was hitting threes, I'm like, yeah. If Derrick Jones Jr. is hitting 4 threes, y'all got it. Like, y'all have to win that game. Like, that is a rarity. That is, like, man on the moon. Like, yeah. Just didn't get enough from anyone in game 7. I mean, the only guy was literally just Kobe Brown, and that was in garbage time. And when I shout to the Missouri legend, Kobe Brown. Again, Zoo, Norm, Harden, nada. And then, you know, Kawhi was mid. He took 13 shots, and I went around like 13 points. Like, that just can't happen, brother. You know, he was getting to the rim. He was like, hey, call that. When Kawhi was yelling for a call, you got to give it to him. Because I feel like he's a nonchalant, quiet guy. He's a chill guy. So, whatever he says, I guess, you gotta listen to at that point. Shout out to bro, shout out to bro. Bro was happy as hell at that Padres game. Now he can just tap in and watch them. Because he's out. GG's to Kawhi in the Clips. Saw a tweet from Lowe. First healthy series for Kawhi, and he still can't make it out the first round. My heart. But the Clippers, I mean, this is an objectively good team. It's just maybe flawed. I mean, first half Norm. James Harden, 2025 being your second option. I mean, he's still a special playmaker, and he has his moments, so you can never fully give up on him. But damn, that's just a tough way to go out. Steve Ballmer and the Clippers, man, that's a tough blow. But Kobe Brown, Cam Christie, Jordan Miller, Wonder what y'all do with this depth. Wonder what y'all do with free agency. Wonder what y'all do in the draft. Wonder what y'all do in the trade market. So this should be a pretty sizable offseason for the Clippers. What happens with that? We'll definitely be seeded. We'll definitely be in tune to see what happens. All on this channel. So yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. Though, shout out to the Nuggets. Nuggets versus Thunder. The Clippers, y'all are up out of there. So they lose PG, and they still end up being a first round exit. That's tough. I mean, a lot of people had the Clippers over the Nuggets. I had Nuggets again in 6, and they win in 7. So that's all I got to say. But yeah. But other than that, y'all, that is the video. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. It's been your boy John. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.